After Jesus was born in Bethlehem in Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked. When he had called together all the people's chief priests and teachers of the law, he asked them where the Christ was to be born.
Where is the one who has been born King of the Jews?
We saw his star in the east and come to worship him. When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and all Jerusalem with him.
In Bethlehem in Judea, they replied, for this is what the prophet has written.
But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, I by no means lost among the rulers of Judah, for out of you will come a ruler who will be the shepherd of my people in Israel.
Then Herod told the Magi secretly and found out the time the star had appeared.
He sent them to Bethlehem and said, Go and make a careful search for the child. As soon as you have found him, report to me, so that I may too go and worship him.
After they had heard the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen in the east went ahead of them, until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they was overjoyed.
On coming to the houses, they saw the children with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him.
Then they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold and incense and of myrrh.
And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. There are three things in the Gospel that have become very clear when we identify with kingship with someone who is a king.
King are power.
Kings have wealth.
Kings lord it over others.
Kings use force and killing to get their way.
With Jesus, none of these are true.
Jesus is different from kings in different ways.
Jesus never saw himself as king. In fact, he saw himself as more as a servant to others. Jesus showed others how to adopt a servant leadership approach, and to help others is the best way to be a king.
He has inspired us to show servant leadership as we can help everyone in many ways.
Some role models today who have shown servant leadership and have inspired others to make a difference and make change are Marcus Rashford and Greta Thunberg.
Jesus said, Look among the Gentiles, those who are not part of God's chosen people, those that in power lorded over others. Among you, it cannot be that way.
The one who is to lead must be the servant, the slave of all.
Jesus showed this at the Last Supper when he got down and knelt in front of each disciple and washed their feet.
He took a role of a slave, the servant. He says, as I have done, you must do to others. You must be servants. Some kings are identified with wealth, and they have everything they need. They take money from the poor and build up their own wealth so they can always do whatever they want that money can obtain. Jesus once said, if you want to be perfect, to follow me now, go sell everything you have. Give it to the poor, then come and follow me. Don't depend on your riches any longer, your wealth.
Follow me. Live a life as simplicity poverty, having what you need but no more than you need.
Some kings also need force. They don't to war to get their way. Jesus rejects violence. He used the power of world and his teaching to educate others.
He taught others that violence is not the answer, and we should love one another no matter how different we are.
Today we can live out with this message by showing kindness in our hearts to everyone we meet.
It is our job to inspire everyone around us, and all it takes is one person to make a difference for this to happen.
Merry Christmas, everyone.